Okay.
In theory.
Hello. That's the boost of confidence I needed.
Yay!
We are now live.
We are. I can
Wonderful.
see us. Aren't we cute?
All right.
It's very
Adorable.
disconcerting to see my face without my lips moving.
Yeah, I'm not going to be watching the stream.
Welcome, everybody, to the first episode of Mirth and Minotaurs, a Stone Age adventure. This is a D&D stream that we'll be playing weekly. Sorry about the late start. We were having some technical difficulties, but at this point, we are ready to go. So with me today are who I got here? Who are these people? So joining me, I'm demanding, in fact, that you all wave vigorously when I introduce you. Excuse me. So joining me today is Luke. Also joining me is Carolyn. I said vigorously. We also have Jared.
Ah! I'm a Muppet!
This is acceptable. We have Jessica joining us. And I am...
Vigorous enough.
No, of course not. And I am Danny. I will be the Dungeon Master tonight, and probably another night.
Many
I'm
nights
God.
after that.
You missed me.
One of the...
Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't miss you. I just chose not to include you. You're free to go whenever you like. This is GOG. I deserve that vigorousness. And I'm Danny again. I get to go twice because I'm the best. So, Mirth and Minotaurs is not a typical Dungeons and Dragons game. We have a fairly unique setting. The bards tell of a time long ago when great tribes made wondrous stone huts and crafted beautiful weapons out of material malleable as clay, wet clay, not hard clay, and hard as stone.
Not hard as hard clay?
Harder than hard clay.
Okay.
But not, and harder than soft clay.
A nice medium.
Yeah.
Could it be
No.
described as metallic almost?
Some might, if they use that word regularly, which they don't, and you're not allowed to. Don't say it.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not. All right. That time was long ago, and it died. The darkness came over the land, first slowly and then suddenly, and all life was strangled out of the world. But not all life.
Then why'd you say all?
A handful of people did survive, including the people of the Marhana Valley. They survived by going as near to the volcano at the center of that valley, similarly named Marhana, and existing in its warmth. Excuse me. When the darkness ended, the people of the valley emerged from their volcano and settled 3 villages within the valley. This is a story about the village of Tana. Tana is the village in which these 3... Why would I say 3? There's clearly more than 3 of you. There's like 5 of you. These 3 people plus 2 live. It is centrally located in what is easily the most bountiful area of the valley, and as a result has a prosperous community. Because all of the people of the old world banded together during the darkness, it has an incredible, and as a consequence, all lived together within the volcano. It is an incredibly diverse uh, settlement of just over 500 people. Tana is ruled by a council of elders, the leaders of the priesthood and the rangers who make up the village's defenses. The leader of the rangers is a uh, contemplative gnome named Quiet Frog, and the leader of the priest is a half elf uh, uh, paladin of Zarelin, the goddess of the harvest and bounty and nature, named Silphus. Okay, at this point, I feel like I am talking too much, and I can hand the reins over to somebody so we can introduce some of these characters. Jared, would you mind telling us a bit about Echo of Stampeding Bull?
Sure. So today I will be playing Echoes of Stampeding Bull, a saber-toothed tabaxi of hulking proportions. He has dark brown fur. It's coarse and thick, but he has shaved tribal knots into the upper arms, around the neck, and down the spine, and those shaven areas have been tattooed a dark blue color. He wears pretty much little more than a lion cloth or lion cloth, since he's a tabaxi. And it's held up by a thick belt. And he has a braided rope over one shoulder that holds a sheath of hunting javelins. But his primary weapon is a heavy bident, which is made out of a long staff of oak. And then the prongs are made of the deadly horns of a wild bull. Echoes is well known around the village because he grew up among the rangers and hunters. He, along with many of the other tabaxi across the valley, has a sort of superstitious bent against magic. They believe more in fate and luck than magic. So that sometimes grates against the shaman leadership of the village. And he has kind of a tough demeanor with those who try and bend the sense of honor and hard work that is required to survive out in the wilds.
Splendid. Carolyn, would you care to tell us more about Fenella?
I'll be playing Fenella Everblossom. I am a half-elf cleric, part of the priesthood of Zarelin in our village. She is only an apprentice, so still learning the ways, definitely not of the top tier, but like all the priestesses and priests in the village, she does cover her eyes and kind of, it's her position, reverence for Zarelin. So she has a very elaborate carved mask of wood that is sort of in the shape of the sun. So 5 sort of points around her mask with burned vines that kind of radiate from the center. And her eyes are covered all the time with a finely woven ribbon. She has auburn hair. It's kept back in a braid, out of the way, sensible, and wears sensible clothing around. Leathers, a sort of shell armor, kind of sparkles in the sun a bit. So yeah, that is Fenella.
Thank you. Uh, Luke, would you care to tell us about Mina?
All right, Mina is short for Alumina. She is a tiefling, but she's not a normal tiefling of this settlement. She comes from a nomadic tribe known as the Calderakin around Marquitana, the volcano. During an attack on her tribe, she escaped to the settlement of Tana to seek refuge, and she sought some friends that she knew from there from her nomadic times in her past. She's a pretty standard build for a tiefling, so she's about 5'10", and right now she's 26 years old. She has orange eyes and pale pink skin, and her hair color is, I believe, cherry red. Dark red. Dark red is what I described it as. So you can pick which hue of the reds you like there. Instead of eyebrows, she has little horns that poke out just where your eyebrows normally would be. And then she has a nice crown, tall crown that protrudes out of the temples. And then her tail, which all tieflings have, sits just above ground when resting. But the most distinctive feature about her as a female Calderakin is that she has bioluminescent skin markings that will glow faintly orange in the dark. So that's how you can tell her apart from other tieflings.
Splendid. Jessica, would you care to tell us some about Osa?
I wish I had more to tell. Elsa is a half-elf bard, standard issue, poet, the oral tradition keeper for the village, telling all the stories, playing lots of music, all that good stuff. I want to tell a really good story one day and go down in history as like a great poet, so I'm kind of a cocky bastard like that. And that's pretty much all I got at this point.
All right. And that's everybody. God, why don't you tell us about Silvok?
All right, Silvok is kind of the village loser. He used to have a life, help out, was a pretty, normal run-of-the-mill guy, until his wife was killed in a tragic accident involving a mysterious monster. Now his life, as he sees it, is pretty much ruined. He spends most of his time passing the time, doing whatever he can in civic areas, whatever would equate to a pub. He's kind of the town drunk, and people took pity on him for a long while, knowing what happened to him, what tragic things happened to him, and now they're starting to get tired of it. He, let's see, what did I write here? He has become very socially unlikable. He lies constantly for no reason. People can usually tell, especially people that know him and know his lies. People less familiar with him, not so much. He's gotten pretty good at lying. He has a interesting personality quirk in that he falls in and out of love very easily now. His love is very fickle. And that's pretty much it.
All right.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
His physicality, he's a pretty standard guy, about 5'9", medium build, brown hair, brown eyes, as typical human as you could possibly imagine.
And he really knows how to sell himself. All right. So did everybody mention their race and class just for convenience sake? I wasn't paying attention to anything you guys said.
I might have missed it. I am a human rogue.
Good job, team. I was a half-elf bard, because every bard is half-elf, let's be honest.
Mina is a tiefling sorceress.
I already mentioned mine.
Well, I didn't pay attention, so
Oh well. Cleric, half elf.
awesome. And Jared, your kitty cat.
I hit things.
There we have it. Don't hurt me.
Too late.
Now, as unlikable as Silvok has become, there is another in the town. Excuse me, who fights hard to keep the title of least likable. There is a pair of brothers, and they are known as Big Thought. That's the name of the elder brother, and Small Thought, the younger brother.
Can you spell thought in this case for me?
Like thinking.
Just making sure.
Big Thought has a well-deserved reputation for manipulating people and getting what he wants out of them. And Small Thought has an equally well-earned reputation for attempting to do the same and failing miserably. You have all heard rumors, to some extent, that Small Thought has caught on to something big. Fenella, you have heard that Small Thought is in possession of knowledge on where one might find some ruins in the valley. Echo, you are aware of a rumor in which Small Thought might have a technique for combating magic. Mina, you're aware of Small Thought having some information about the volcano itself. Osa, you've heard a rumor that Small Thought has obtained knowledge of a old song for the tribe. And Silvok, you have heard that Small Thought has acquired some very unusual feathers.
So what you're telling me is Small Thought lies a lot more than our party rogue.
Or he's actually on to all these things. I'm interested in investigating.
So yes, you guys have all heard of these things, and arrangements of sorts have been made for you guys to meet with Small Thought one night near his dug-in hut in the town.
Let's go.
I mean,
Okay.
if there's runes involved, I have to be there,
Fair enough.
even if he's lying. Well,
It is a cold for a summer night when you guys go. You have no concept of knowing this, but there are no stars in the sky in this world, so it's a very dark night. You have only torchlight to guide you through the town, and you make your way to Small Thought's home. Within, you see a young tiefling girl that you all know. She's about 11 years old. People mostly call her Fingerbite. She is also known as Talina, but nobody calls her that. She is sitting there waiting for Small Thought to arrive. She has a black eye and a fat lip. This is not an unusual state of being for her.
This is getting really dark.
were you biting people again, Talina?
Talina looks up at you from the ground she's sitting on. I heard he had tree sugar. I want the tree sugar.
And was this Was this the other little one? Like, what was his name? Board? Did Board have the tree sugar?
Board has tree sugar.
Oh no, it wasn't.
Why would you put that thought in her head?
I forgot. We're not supposed to mention names around her. I'm sorry. No, he doesn't have any. He has mud.
Why would you put that thought in her head? What have you done?
She just, her eyes narrow and she just glares at you.
Do you want to play with and I'll dig through my pockets and pull out a stick, like just a small stick. Hand it to her.
You extend the stick to her, but she makes no actions to obtain it from you.
I'll put it back in my pocket.
Why are you here, young one?
I want the tree sugar.
Looming over her in this small enclosed space, I will just kind of reach down and grab her by the top of her head.
Okay.
And lift her up.
All right. She will make a bite at you, at your fingers specifically.
Being a cat, I immediately poke out the claw.
That doesn't seem to deter.
Okay.
She rolled an 18.
Am I making an attack back?
No, I'm
simultaneous attack, bite, claw.
I'm wondering if you're breaking her, if she's breaking your armor class. I'm also wondering. Okay, I'm also wondering. She does no damage. She's a child. I'm also wondering. But she's
are you telling me an 11-year-old cannot hurt someone with a bite?
Maybe she's tired. Maybe she needs tree sugar. You don't know.
Having bitten a lot of people in my youth, I can say that I have never broken the skin.
Mm.
And there's fur in the way, cushioning it.
Okay. Well, so she's just hanging off my finger now?
Yes. I'm also curious to what extent your claw comes out and how much damage you're aiming to inflict on.
Well, did she bite from the front or did she bite from the side?
Let's see. You came down at her, so she's probably kind of in the middle. Probably her cheek is in the way of your claw.
Oh yeah, she can get poked.
Okay. She is
Stop.
She will relent because she thinks she could take you, Echo, but she doesn't think she could take all of you.
Right. I'm still gonna pick her up. One-handed, scruff of the neck, and then move her outside. and just drop.
She'll learn not to bite someday.
And she scampers off.
I'm just in the back, like with a raised eyebrow, watching this all occur, like shaking my head.
Do you think he actually does have the tree sugar?
No.
Probably not.
All right. Not long afterwards, Small Thought comes in from the same door in which little Kalina exited or was exited. He's holding his finger in pain. Oh, good. You're here. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I got bad news for you guys.
Can I do a perception check just for fun?
Yes. What are you trying to perceive?
Like if I'm gonna have to choke a bitch, basically. Is he about to has he been lying to us the whole time? Has he tricked us into coming here?
That is more of an insight check than a perception check.
Is that insight? That's okay. I'll take an insight check.
All right.
Oh, I got a 3. Let's not.
That's fine. You gotta have to choke a bitch.
Super.
I said a lot of things to get you guys here because I need your help. and I said a lot of things to get other people here, but only you guys showed up. Well, I think somebody else showed up, but I don't want her help anymore.
You told her you had tree sugar, didn't you?
I did. That was a mistake.
Right. Of course.
I'm somebody who's not me might have messed up a little bit. I didn't steal a bunch of medicine from the supply hut, and then that medicine wasn't stolen from me, from somebody else. And I my brother he said that that there's it's been so long since we had a bad outbreak of disease that it would be lucrative and smart even to get the village medicine. And then I think he said something. He didn't say anything. um I don't know where all the medicine is, and you will help me.
You lost the medicine.
We should take this to the elders, I think.
I don't.
Give me one good reason why I shouldn't take this immediately to the elders and have you banished from our village.
You know where I live, right?
You don't. You.
The mask. Cape. All right.
I could just kill him now. That's a reason not to bring it to the elders.
Oh, if you
I like that.
kill me, you'll there's no medicine.
There's no medicine now.
Seems to think about this for a couple of moments.
Where's the medicine?
So the person who stole it, who isn't me, dug under the palisade around the town, and I carried it out there in my teeth, and I buried it out there. And then today, I went to check on it, and somebody dug it all up.
So you stole our medicine and then also dug a hole in our defenses.
I put a bush there. It's a bush.
Usually I don't kill things just for the pleasure of it, but I'm getting tempted.
Well, we should really just bring him back to the elders after. Make him repair the walls for like the next 5 years.
Who else knew about the medicine?
So the elders knew the medicine was there. My brother, he didn't know about it. It was not his idea. He's good.
It was his brother.
Did you came up with this idea on your own?
No, but somebody I know did.
Right.
Who wasn't your brother?
Not your brother.
Or
I'll
me.
look at Silvok.
That's important.
Where is your brother right now?
I don't know.
All right, insight.
Okay.
Does he know?
Make your roll.
You're gonna have to roll for this.
4. Oh, wait. 4 plus my wisdom bonus, right? Oh, and it's skill, so it should be 7, I believe.
7's sufficient.
All right. He sucks at this.
Yeah, you get the impression that he knows where his brother is. But you also don't think that he thinks his brother's involved in what befell of the medicine.
But that doesn't mean that his brother isn't involved.
So we have to get the medicine back. I have to get the medicine back.
So you'll help, not me.
Not you. No.
I think you
No.
should take us to your brother, or we take you to the elders. Those are your choices.
And we take you to the elders. It's
I like-
it's like a not an or and.
You
I'm with
guys,
her.
he doesn't know where his brother is, though. As far as you
I-
guys know.
I don't.
Well, then I guess he's
have
going to
a
go to the
bro-
elders.
What if I not that? Well, I'll show you where the medicine was stolen from somebody, and then you'll help them me. He gets kind of lost.
Show us the hole in the palisade first.
Yeah, I can do that. I saw the person who stole it put it there, and he leads you out of his hut, and he takes you up the hill on which the elders dug in, and several other of the more important structures of the village are located. And behind the storage shed or hut, there is a relatively small, roughly small thought sized hole that looks like he looks. You suspect upon seeing it, like he dug it out like a tortoise would. He just got on his belly and just slowly moved the dirt out of the way until he could fit. Not that it was him.
How long
I
did it
think-
take? Go ahead.
I think we have something that could fill this hole.
Oh. No, we need to take him to the elders. Let's not kill him.
We could even put a bush in front of it.
Just
No one will know.
Think of the amount of work he could do for the village. Years and years of repairs.
He's
So
already
this doesn't
supposed to
have
be doing that.
But more. Just more.
We could put a mind control spell on him. Do I have any of those? No, I didn't take it. Okay.
Now we know where the hole is. Now we need to see where the medicine was taken from.
Yeah.
I know where that is too.
That's
He sounds really
That's
proud of
suspicious.
himself.
I'm
Tell me,
shocked.
how did you come
Remembered
across this
something.
information?
Okay, he leads you around the palisade. He doesn't request that you all follow him out like a tortoise.
Is that a thing?
You
That...
go around.
What?
You go around the palisade to the other side, and a short distance from the village boundary, he leads you to what you're not terribly surprised to learn were several bushes that he'd placed on top of where he thought the medicines would be safe.
I'd like to look around the area.
Okay. Is there anything in particular they're looking for? Or would you just like to make a?
Looking for like anything that doesn't look like it belongs to Small Thought. Something like, is there a different footprint or some piece of fabric? Something.
Okay, so would you like to make an investigation check?
Yes.
Okay.
While she's doing that, can I make a nature check and see if it's wild animals around?
I'd take a survival check for that.
Survival?
A
Oh.
13.
It's going to end poorly for me. Oh, 17.
Okay, so you're looking for tracks and you're looking for something that doesn't belong, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go with the 17 first. You see small humanoid tracks.
Is it goblins? You
Osa,
can be honest with me.
you're not rightly sure. They're small. They're definitely a small sized creature in game mechanics terms. There's only a single pair of them. They seemed to spend a fair amount of time in the area, and then they headed south. It seems. You see, Fenella, that are some imprints in the dirt that lead you to believe that there were some containers here. At least two pots and maybe some bags.
All right.
Two or
How
three.
much
It's hard to
of
tell.
that, like, for our medicine supply, how much of that do I think is gone? I think
That
I
would
seen it before.
Yeah, that would be a substantial amount of your stored up medicines.
Okay, so it likely was all medicine. We stored them in pots and bags.
Yeah,
Okay.
liquids in pots and dried out leaves in bags.
What are the pots
Okay.
made of?
The pots are made out of ceramic, earth.
Okay.
Earthware.
Medium clay?
Yeah, that. Yeah.
I just want to make sure like a link didn't come around just spinning, breaking all our pots.
That's fair. There doesn't appear to be any broken pottery here.
All right, I'm gonna go over to Short Plan. What was his name? Little guy.
Close enough.
He doesn't realize.
Small thought.
Small thought.
Small thought. Who's currently like got my foot stamped on his foot to make sure he doesn't go anywhere.
I'm gonna put my arm around him. I'm gonna say, "Small thought, buddy, old
Yeah,
pal.
He lightens up. He likes you.
You and me and all these nice people here know that you didn't do this.
Do we though?
Let him talk.
But everybody who might have possibly known that you came out, or that someone came out here and buried these things out here, because whoever knows that the thief buried these things here is the only person that could know to come dig them up.
He's not quite following you, but you think you have him.
So, who did the thief tell that he was going to take the medicine?
Did the thief happen to know anybody who like matches these footprints here?
There.
I'm operating as though I don't know the footprints exist because you didn't.
Well,
Tell us.
that's me telling you that there's these footprints here.
Okay, so that was in character.
Yes.
Do you
Sorry for
recognize
the-
these footprints, little guy?
He puts his foot next to one just to make sure they aren't his. But his foot is a fair bit larger than the foot.
Okay, so they're clearly not people feet.
It's little.
They're small people feet. Do we have halflings in the village? I would assume so.
Yes, there are halflings and there are gnomes.
Yeah, you know my uncle. You've met him, right? Echo knows him.
It's not a big village. Everybody's at least aware of everybody else, except for presumably a small thought.
You said the tracks lead to the south, correct?
Yeah.
Since I've spent much time ranging all over this area, what lies to the south?
A few days to the south, about 5 or so days, one will reach the mountains that make up the southern part of the valley. There's several natural caves there, and in those caves reside some goblins.
Wonderful.
What's wonderful?
The tracks lead to the south, and to the south are the goblins.
Oh, small thought.
Great.
Yeah?
Never mind.
The easiest way to draw them out will to be staking out some bait near their caves. The louder the bait, the faster they'll come. And he looks down at Small Thought.
Where are we going to find loud bait? You keep waiting for him to get it, but he just keeps smiling up at you.
We're all staring directly at him.
Like a turkey?
Is anyone against this plan?
Well,
Not in the slightest.
I need to run it over with someone first, or I could get in trouble.
Okay, group huddle without little sport.
I'll watch him.
He attempts to huddle up.
I pull him back like 10 feet.
You know, we could always put him out as bait and still rescue him. That's an option. And if something should happen to him, then, you know, what's the loss?
If Diarra finds out I'm part of this, I'm in serious trouble. You know how he
Okay.
is.
Zero being the head seer of the Zarellan worshippers and the priest.
Her boss. Or the Pope.
Almost.
Pope. Our village of 500 has a pope.
Okay, small thought here isn't going to be any help to us whatsoever. We have a hunch what happened. Looks like footprints to the south.
Burn their village down.
Okay,
And I got the game dark.
let's just...
What kind? If I wanted to just like, if I knew anything about goblins from maybe my previous history traveling around the valley, or know anything to get them to that we could use against them, is there a role that I can make for that, or anything that I know up?
Yeah, it sounds like what you want is, if you know, are you specifically asking if you know something about them on like a psychological, natural level, or about their culture, like their historical past?
Probably their nature more than their psychological, but if I know anything about their cultural, then I would like to just recall anything that I know.
Sure. Go ahead and give me a nature check.
And this is my D20, and then I add my nature bonus, right?
Yeah. Not all of us are terribly well versed in Dungeons and Dragons. By the way, some of us are pretty raw to it. Some of us have never played 5e before, like myself, and some of us are pro.
All right, I got a 16.
Okay.
Pretty good.
That's good.
So I'm sorry. What were you trying to ascertain?
So this is the nature roll. So I'm assuming this is going to be like physical things that I know about the goblin.
Okay, yeah. They're not the brightest. They're a hell of a lot brighter than Small Thought here, but they are generally malicious and cruel creatures. They usually get pushed around by larger creatures of their subspecies, hobgoblins or bugbears.
Seems very goblinish.
Actually, there is something you noticed. There's only a single pair of footprints here, and that's not usually a goblin's role. Goblins like to outnumber things or not fight or not be brave whatsoever.
So we're still in our huddle, right? So if I say this to my group, Small Thought's not going to hear.
Correct.
All right, I say that to my group so that he doesn't hear that.
I'll
I
look
just-
over everyone's head to see if he's like. close to
plan.
He's still there. He's looking around for the medicine.
I just whisper, I'm like, this doesn't seem like a normal goblin to me. There's only one pair of footprints here. I feel like there's something Small Thought isn't telling us, which would not surprise.
I don't think so. I think he's stupid. I think he participated in the theft of the medicine and he buried them here. I don't know why, but beyond that, I think he doesn't know what happened.
Do you think
And
someone gave him?
I think
something for this.
No.
No.
He's
yeah.
that's
Right.
I think that he only came to us because he didn't want to go tell someone more important that would get him in trouble for having stolen the medicine to begin with. He's hoping that we won't turn him in and we'll get the medicine back and this will all get swept under the rug. So our choices are basically whether to turn him in or not. And either choice, I think we need to go tell the Rangers something
We're turning
happened.
him in. For sure.
Yes.
He might be useful to just bring along, though, for now.
No.
Well, if they don't need
Tie him up.
him, we can bring him along. But he might run away.
How could he be useful to us? He doesn't know anything, and he's useless.
I'm sure we can outrun him.
It's true.
From 10 feet away from the huddle, still holding on to Small Thought. So are we killing him now or later?
Who are we killing?
Later.
We'll bring him to the bosses. The elders will. They'll do something.
Later.
We don't know who the thief is.
He doesn't know who the thief is.
Small thought.
We'll follow the tracks. We'll figure it out. This guy is useless.
Who?
All right, so are we taking him to the elders?
Zarellen, yeah.
It sounds like we're
Zarellen
taking him to the elders.
needs to know
All right.
about this.
Let's do.
Okay.
All right. You guys make your way towards the back up the hill in town and approach the
Oh, can we shove him through the hole?
if you so desire, yes.
No, we're not letting him go.
It is a shortcut.
He doesn't know we're turning him in. He doesn't know what day it is. Go ahead.
You guys make your way to the elders' huts.
Wait.
Unfortunately,
Can I make a quick insight check to just see if he has smoked all the medicine?
yeah, go ahead.
That's fair.
12.
He's always been like this, and you don't think he's always had access to all the medicine. So you don't think so.
Okay.
So yes, you guys get to the elders' huts. Unfortunately, it's pretty late at night, and they're at least the high priest is pretty old, so they are unfortunately in their residence at the moment.
So knock
Can I
on
go
the
wake up
door.
Darrow?
Go wake up the arrow. He likes you. He doesn't like me.
All right, yeah, you guys enter the priest's area, and you see him there throwing bones at the wall.
Darrow,
Is that a normal thing, throwing bones at the wall? Sorry, just
Yes.
is that a cultural thing?
Vanilla, I'm running really hot right now. What is it?
I wasn't prepared for that.
He is throwing bones and reading them to get divine messages from the gods, by the way, for anybody who was confused.
Thank you.
Small Thoughts has out Small Thoughts himself this time. We're missing
You say that every time, though.
Well,
What?
You know, we're missing 2 pots of medicine now. Someone stole them. Small Thoughts. And they went south. But we can't bring them with us.
Do you mean it went poorly, or the direction?
They went out the direction. I know.
Yes.
Both? It's kind of both.
Okay. All right.
We need to get them back, obviously.
Yes. I'll go wake up Sylphus and see. I mean, I'm really not expecting it to be an imminent disaster, but that's stuff we need to have.
Yeah.
So Do you think you can look into getting them back?
Of course.
Maybe assemble some rangers, or you got some hangers on right now. They look swollen enough.
I mean, if you think that we could manage it, I
I
don't
mean,
know.
so it's just a small thought. Lost them in, right?
Well, I don't know.
All right. Well, if it seems like it's getting out of hand, come back and we'll put some proper rangers on this and see if we can't get it to the bottom of it. In the meantime, I'm going to start looking into ramping up some of our medicine productions just in case, and I'll let Sylphus know what's going on.
There's also a hole under the wall where he dug in. I think we need to put the beams lower. I know that's a lot of work, but I don't know.
All right. Where is that?
I'll describe where the location was.
Okay. Yeah, I'll get on it first thing in the morning.
So what do we do with Small Thought? Leave him here? Echo wants to feed him to the goblins, I'm pretty sure, but I don't know. If
I can certainly I can certainly understand the sentiment. I'll try having a talk with him, and we'll see if anything can be generated from that. But assure Echo that there will be some punishment, even if it isn't
imminent death.
digestive.
Oh, fair. I'm sorry. I hope I have not disturbed the bones too much.
No, this was a good thing to bring. This is not good news. Thank you very much.
All right, I'll head back.
Come on, baby.
And let everyone know, at least a little
All
bit. So, Diarra thinks we might be able to get it back. Is that all right?
I've got nothing else to do tonight.
I mean, I guess you could tell your stories on the way, right?
I have to come up with stories.
Just some light singing.
Sure.
If it's not an emergency, why do we have to go now? Why can't we wait until tomorrow? Or
We don't know
get
how
some
far the
rangers?
medicine will be tomorrow.
Yes, that is a good point. The tracks seemed relatively fresh within the last day or two. Jared, are you
You're
are you
muted.
saying?
Yep, I was muted.
Yep.
How you doing?
Echo shakes Small Thought
Yeah.
and looks at him and says, "How long since the pots went missing?"
I checked on them today, but I don't know when they got took.
When did the thief take them?
Oh, the thief
Yeah.
who took them. It was 2 days ago.
All right, so you're gonna go visit with Diarra for a little bit.
Dero yells at me.
Yeah, he's excited to see you this time, though. Yeah, for sure.
You said that last time.
But this time he is excited to see you.
He is?
Yeah.
All right. He excitedly heads over to Dero.
He should have been left on a cliffside as a baby.
Wasn't he? I thought he was.
Jesus Christ.
All right, so what's our
That's right
plan to
now.
get this medicine back now that we're all wrapped up in Small Thought's small?
Who's the best tracker of the bunch? Because it ain't me.
Most likely me.
The
How
person with
does
the
one
highest. That would be a survival
Survival
check.
check.
I'm pretty good at tracking, it turns out. Maybe.
Spoken with confidence.
Considering I'm the ranger,
Hey, Ranger.
not the
Wanna
class,
help us get over there?
the the in-world ranger.
The profession.
Yeah, the profession of ranger. I will probably be the one who should be doing that, even if I am not the best by like +1.
It's a matter of pride that you do it.
Yeah.
I'll
So we're
definitely defer
leaving
to Echo.
now.
Echo.
We're leaving tonight.
Echo knows what he's doing.
Yes. Are you guys leaving tonight, or are you going to wait for the morning?
What do you think is best?
If we leave now, we have a chance of catching them. If we don't, we might as well wait for the ranging party to come back from the north.
At least we should stock up something. How many days do you think we'll be away?
Well, if we don't catch him, the goblins are 5 days to the south and then 5 days back.
Let me really quickly check to see the distance.
This voice really hurts my throat.
Yeah, it's almost exactly 5 days down to where the goblin.
Do we know it's goblins? It's pointed out that it was just one solitary set of footprints. Goblins aren't that brave. Why would one goblin come, dig up the medicine, and drag all of it back? And how could it? How could it drag all of that back? If so,
Just
it's
a-
going pretty slow.
Just to double check, small thought and big thought are what race?
They are both human.
Okay. And we do not know where big thought is.
Correct.
But presumably, Big Thought has bigger feet than Small Thought, whose feet were too large to be that of the person that dug up the medicine.
Unless it's an ironic name.
That's a good point. That's
Although
a very
the names
good point.
are Big Thought and Small Thought, which
It
indicates
could be,
mental
like,
prowess.
Head size?
Is
Well,
big thought, in fact, smaller than small thought?
Is this
Small-
relevant?
Small thought is a little bit bigger, but like half an inch.
Oh.
It could have been relevant. What if Big Thought was a gnome? And he ran off with all the medicine?
Well, aren't they brothers? Why would he have...
I don't know.
They're thought
Well,
brothers.
I'm going to try and gather some extra rations and supplies for getting ready to head off.
All right. It's not too difficult for you to scrap that together when you have your regalia on and are looking like you're doing important.
Important business?
Sure.
And away we go.
Yes, you guys make
Leaving in the middle of the night.
Yes,
Always
it is
the best time to start an adventure.
precisely. It is pitch black because there is no moon, there's no stars. You guys only have torchlight. Fortunately, you know where the trail starts, so you're not just wandering around in the wilderness.
Well, at least I have dark vision.
That helps.
As do I.
Me too.
Sorry, Gog.
Can I roll for seeing? Can I
got
see?
torches?
They're making you carry all the torches because they can see it just fine. But so you have 5 torches.
You also have to stay 15 feet back.
And say Marco a lot.
All right, so we get all those supplies, and then we head back out to the spot where the medicine was, and then we begin following the trail.
Okay. It doesn't take too long for the trail to change a bit. After about 40 minutes, and the trail you can tell is relatively slow paced. Like the person is weighed down by the objects that they are re-stealing. After about 4 or 40 minutes, the tracks stop and other tracks appear. Go ahead and make a new survival check for me.
Who would you like to make that?
Anybody who wants to try to surmise what's happening.
15.
16.
This is the survival, yes?
Yeah.
20.
Ooh.
A lot
Okay.
of friggin' duh.
Okay, the tracks are interdicted by another group of tracks. 4 other small humanoids with somewhat different feet, and a large 4-hoofed creature.
What
There's
kind? Can we tell?
Does it look like a horse or something hooved?
A moose?
Hoofed? A
It
moose?
is-
Ooh. That sounds exciting.
Camel.
Mm.
In this
Stop
part
giving
of
him
the-
ideas.
It's unusual. Jared, you recognize them as being camel? Or not, excuse me. Sorry. Goat prints.
That makes more sense.
But way, way too big.
Oh.
Do I know if the goblins occasionally tame animals?
Go ahead and make a nature check.
15.
It's happened. They're definitely not starting up ranches or anything, but it happens from time to time. Usually riding dogs, but
Aw.
Hmm.
There's something really cute about that idea to me.
Yeah.
Not when it's happening to you.
Make a great song, though.
Well, we keep following.
so what happens is the 4 prints come up, or the 4 plus the big goat come up from the south. There's a bit of movement around here, but it doesn't appear to be hostile movement. You don't think a fight broke out here. And then the prints you were following head off to the east, and the goblin or goat prints head towards the south.
Do the prints we were following stop appearing to be encumbered?
Oh yeah, they do.
So let's maybe not follow those prints.
Wait, aren't they
Who
all
knows
going
that?
the same way?
No, the initial prints you were following from the stolen stash met up with these other prints, but then headed off to the east. Well, these ones came up from the south and then turned around and went back south.
What is to the east that I know of?
There's a range of hills in that direction. There's also what people call the haunted forest, but there's not a whole lot more, and those are pretty far away.
We're very creative people, naming our forest the Haunted Forest.
Guys, it's haunted.
Forest haunted, yeah.
We only got the one. The haunted
Okay.
forest.
We know where the goblins are going. But this other one that took the medicine, we should find out where it is from first.
But
I think we should get the medicine first. Follow whoever has the medicine. Isn't that our priority? To get it back to the village?
Whoever took the medicine has been skulking around our village without being seen.
both are good points.
So do we go for the medicine or go for the person that took the medicine?
Well, technically, they both took the medicine.
Well, one more directly than the other.
Unless this is a false trail to try and lure us. Well, I mean, they probably didn't expect us to follow so soon anyway.
I can get us to the Goblin Caves sooner than later. But this other one, I don't know where it's going.
It's a good point. If they have a giant goat, they probably got a lead on us and can
Mm.
travel just as fast.
All the more reason that we should be following them so that we don't fall so far behind that we can't catch up.
But they're going to make it wherever they're going before we can catch them. And if they're going to the Goblin Caves, we can just turn up there whenever we want. We know where they're going.
Exactly.
How recent are these tracks now that we've been following them? Does anybody? Can I check? Do a check?
Yeah, no, you can make it a survival check, but Jared Echo already knows that these are roughly in line with the 1 to 2 days that the similar tracks for the.
Well, I just mentioned that I probably would not want to go to the haunted forest, which is so aptly named, following a giant cloven creature which we have no knowledge of. So it might be safer to find leads to the south with the goblins.
Wait, I thought the
They-
cloven creature went south with
Oh, did
to
it?
the Goblin
Yeah.
Caves. Yes, it's
Oh,
the
sorry.
tracks that we were following from camp from home went to the east towards the haunted forest.
At that point, I sigh deeply.
We could
So either
always
follow one thing to the haunted forest or follow a giant cloven thing to the Goblin Caves.
we could always follow the solo set of tracks for a little while and see if they're trying to lead us astray. And if they are, then we could quickly double back and head to the Goblin Caves.
Or we split up.
That sounds like a terrible idea.
There's like
I think
You're right.
No,
None of
I
you
don't-
could
I don't
survive
think
out here
so.
without me.
True. I just agree.
well, I'd say Echo's doing the tracking, so
Yep.
I head east.
okay.
Yes, we follow him.
We are at our what would have been our halfway point if we hadn't had those technical difficulties. So I'm thinking now would be a good time to take our 5-minute break.
all right. I'll see if I
Yes,
can,
please.
I'll see if
I
can
need
find
water.
something, that is not us.
Okay. 5-minute break.
Okay. Welcome back. I think the party just decided to travel to the east and chase after these single pair of tracks.
Yes.
Following echoes.
Yes.
Lead the way.
Yes, I will continue to track. Would you like me to make another survival roll?
And let's say sure.
13.
Okay, that's good enough. You're able to keep on the trail. The tracks continue a fair while to the east, a few hours, but then you start to notice that they start to bend back up towards the north.
They're going back to town.
Can I make a judgment about that? Because we have now gone southeast and it's just bending north.
Yeah. You think it would have to make another rather serious alteration in its course to head back towards town after it went north for a while, but it's not outside the realm of possibility.
Okay, we will continue following.
All right.
Follow it right to their house.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. About 50 minutes of traveling north, it does start to bend to the west.
Okay. Still following.
You continue this direction for about an hour, and you eventually come upon the palisades of Tana.
I knew we should have followed the medicine.
If you would like to continue following the tracks now that you're here, you may, but it's more difficult in this place because there's so much more.
I will attempt this.
All right.
It is the early morning by now. That's a natural 19 for 23.
Ooh.
Okay. The tracks lead. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I will find him.
Okay. The
Walk
track.
right up behind him.
Wait. It's going to be finger bite. Go ahead.
The tracks lead into the palisade and go right to Small Thought's hut and end right where they you found Fingerbite and lifted her.
Now I have 2 people to kill.
Was it Big Thought?
You can't kill a child.
Why not? They have betrayed this village.
Because children are stupid. I shouldn't say that. Someone from my job might see me.
You'd say foolish.
They're foolish.
Prone to whimsy.
Irrational.
Let us find that stupid tiefling girl and deal with her.
Are they tiefling girl-sized footprints or larger Big Thought footprints?
The footprints appear to roughly correspond with a 11-year-old tiefling girl.
And
But in your defense, a tiefling's feet look a lot like a goblin's, or a tiefling child's feet look a lot like a goblin's.
All right. Do we really have
Who's-
time to go find?
I'm
him?
totally Googling that.
Whose kid is Fingerbite?
Fingerbite is an orphan who has a bit of a hard time in the village.
It's about to get harder.
This isn't going to make it easier.
No, they're going to have a hard time outside of the village.
They get picked on a lot, and they have a foster parent who looks after them, but the level of care is not what a birth child might expect.
Well, let's head to the foster parent.
Okay. You go to that hut, or that dug in rather, and you find her adoptive dwarven father.
And their name is
His name is Stickbeard.
Stickbeard. From the doorway, knocking. Stickbeard!
No. I don't care that she bit you.
Stickbeard. Open the door, I'll kick it in.
Stickbeard, your kid's a thief!
It's not
She-
theft, it's assault.
Partook in a theft.
What did she steal? He comes over and opens.
You guys are so confrontational.
As
You
soon as
show
the
up
door-
at the guy's house and start...
As soon as the doors open, it's like 4 a.m. I barrel right past him inside.
Yeah, you just come on
run
in.
after to like not let Echo maul a child.
You guys want some coffee, or you just?
Where's the
Yeah,
child?
In this
I'm gonna
region,
wait outside. I'm gonna wait
at this
outside.
technological level.
It's mostly unpleasant.
It's just
Where's
weird.
the child?
I don't know. She left. It was
When?
last night.
What do you mean she left? She's been hanging out with the Thought brothers.
Well, maybe she'll rub off on him.
No, no. They stole medicine. 2 pots of medicine. and she partook in their little scheme.
Well, I don't know where she is.
All right, I'm gonna roll to see if he doesn't know where she is.
All right.
That's insight, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. 7.
It's hard to it's hard for you to get a gauge on this guy, whether or not he's telling the truth or not.
I'm bad at this.
Can I make an insight check now that my
course.
mouth isn't full?
That helps.
Yeah.
Just staring at somebody.
Oh, for fuck's sake. 7.
All right.
That worked so well.
No.
You and Zilfak both look at him, trying to gauge whether or not he's telling the truth, and then probably high five.
Can you? You really don't know where your daughter, who is supposed to be here, is at this time of night.
No, I don't. She does this a lot, though. She's always going out there and fighting and biting.
This is dishonorable.
Okay.
From outside, I'm just like,
What?
guys, we're wasting our time here. I think we should.
What does Stickbeard do?
Stickbeard is he makes shoes.
Do we have more people who make shoes? Or is he the only shoemaker?
He's not the only
Is he
shoemaker.
disposable?
Stickbeard, you have failed this village.
Eh?
You have failed this child.
Oh, nope. I see where this is going. And Fenela's like getting in the way. Not him. Not
Give
him.
me one reason I should not bring you out into the wilds and leave you there.
Because then nobody will be there for Littlefinger or whatever her name was. Finger bite.
I fed that kid once, twice.
She needs another foster parent.
Convince me, Stickbeard.
Yeah, that's just the main thing people call me. My name's Lyric.
Does he have a beard?
Yeah, it looks kind of sticky though.
That was my follow-up question.
You can't just kill people. Get out of here, Echo.
I didn't say I was going to kill you. I said I would leave you out in the wilds.
I mean, I know a lot more people in here who need shoes than out there.
So convince me.
I make shoes. Shoes are nice.
You're not the only shoemaker.
No, but do you really want to do that to Bev? Make her the only shoemaker?
Oh.
I don't care.
Well, Bev's an angel, and you're just mean.
And you're a
Like
waste.
that.
All right, let's
Yeah, from outside, I'm just like, we're wasting our time here. I think we need to.
They might
Just
have tricked her
regather our
into it
thoughts
for tree sugar. Like she would go and do this thinking that tree sugar was a possibility.
She would not shut up about tree sugar last night.
Maybe we
Probably
should
promised
get her
her.
some tree sugar so that we're not filthy liars.
What the hell is tree sugar?
I assume it's sap.
It's like
Yes.
from. Oh,
It's
yeah.
a
As a
sweet
Canadian,
snack.
you know,
Yeah.
we like to make like maple syrup candies. with
You
it.
call that tree sugar?
Finger bite
You
does.
live in a wild,
11,
wild
come on.
land. Frontier of the North.
We're gonna have to find her new foster parent. Are we going to get the medicine? She was
Let's go
probably
get the
tricked into
medicine.
it.
Well, it's already early. We've
So are
been
we-
walking for hours.
What time?
So we're
is
gonna
it?
go and find the Rangers when they return from whatever the hell they're doing.
It's pretty early morning. The sun's gonna come up before long.
So what? We have like a quick nap and then head out. I've already come back to town without the medicine.
I suggest to the party that if Small Thought's home is empty, if we check it really quickly, we can see if we find any large amounts of gold there, or something that shouldn't probably be there after this little girl has been walking in a circle, apparently meeting with people from the south that she probably shouldn't be meeting?
I can't imagine that Small Thought is the mastermind behind this. That is
Well,
just... It's probably
she
Big Thought.
Looped back to that house. She looped back to his house.
Right, but that's also Big Thought's house, is it
Yeah.
not?
Yeah. Yeah, but if we can at least find some evidence of this transaction occurring, it'll...
It might be on Big Thought.
Yeah,
He's not
you're
here.
definitely right that we should go look. Definitely.
And then from there we can take rest and figure out what we're doing tomorrow.
All right.
Echo?
So we're going over to Small Thought's house?
I'm not tired.
I mean, I can get something to drink that will keep me up for a bit, but
Because apparently we have coffee in our pre-industrial village.
well, we call it coffee.
Also enough types of sugar that we have tree sugar and regular sugar.
Tree sugar and
Yep.
honey? Probably.
Times are good.
No, that's bee sugar.
Yeah, tree sugar and bee sugar.
It might be a remnant from a past time when we had more types of sugar. It's a linguistic, remnant. I don't know.
All right.
That's my assumption out of universe.
So we're going to check the hut.
Okay. You go to the hut, and do you enter? Do you knock? Do you do a secret knock?
No knocking.
I do the secret knock.
Okay.
Knock.
Nobody answers.
I'm like, Echoes, do the honor.
I mean,
Open
they just
the
having
door.
you commit all the crimes, aren't they?
Have at her, big guy.
It wasn't
Small
us,
has
it
led
was
us on
him.
this.
Echo
Small Thought
opens
has
the
let us
door.
All right, you go in. It's empty.
All right. We'll
I
look
start
around.
rummaging around.
Look around.
And see. Yeah.
All
What
right,
kind of
go-
investigation checks? Is that
Yeah,
what
go-
we're going for?
Yeah, give me some investigation checks. Those of you.
Oh my god, I got a 1.
I think that's
Echo
a nine-
will pace around impatiently outside.
I got a 19.
So what is a 5? Unless you're doing your critical fails.
Oh, so they got lost in the hut.
I got a 6.
14.
All right, you barely managed to find her, but you didn't find anything else. And Finella, what did you?
I got a 19.
Okay. Underneath one of the beds, you found a very, very well hidden little treasure. Within it, there's the equivalent of. Hold on. Yeah. Yeah, sorry. Wrong thing. There's some gemstones.
Gemstones that shouldn't be there.
You would assume that's not where they go.
All right.
Whose bed is it? Is it Big Thought's bed? Do I know who sleeps in which bed?
No.
I'll take them for whatever we need to do proof wise later.
Sure.
Fingerprinting.
Like, these were your gems? The goblins gave you these? All right.
Whoa, who says you get to keep all the gems?
I already have some gems. I can use them for seeing some, throwing them later.
Oh, so you don't need them.
We'll hand them out if no one wants them.
I want them.
I can give them to Echo.
Do we even have a bartering system? in
From
this
from
facility?
outside. What? You said my name?
Gemstones.
I don't want to know where he's gonna keep them.
I'll hand them to Echo. From outside the door. We'll need those for later.
You know
Okay.
you know what he's gonna do with those. He's only ever threatened people. He's gonna shove those up or down someone.
No.
Right now, they are in a belt pouch.
Let's just give our most valuable possessions to our most raving lunatic.
You're the
How many-
one who didn't think I should hold them.
Okay. I've added a handful of gems to my inventory.
But you find nothing besides that.
All right, we need to have like, do we need to nap? Is this a thing? Is everyone tired?
I'm gonna say that you're a bunch of slackers who napped pretty late yesterday, so you guys are still rather fresh.
I'm ready
Okay.
to go.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's roll.
On the road again. All right. We head back out and follow the tracks once more. Now in the late or like
Is
what 7, 8 o'clock now.
Is it dawn?
It's a little bit before dawn, but not long after you guys come out, the world is bathed in light again, and it becomes a lot easier to follow tracks.
Okay. We follow
That's
them.
not nice.
Okay.
I in fact follow my own tracks.
Ooh.
All right. Go ahead and give me a survival check, Echo.
12.
Okay. Yeah,
My-
you're certainly able to find the old tracks and find your old tracks. And so you continue along, and you are. It gets brighter and brighter as you travel further south, and you find the place in which the tracks separated.
We follow the goat.
Watch it be like an owl bear, and we're all gonna die on the first day.
It's a goat bear.
Goat bear. Ooh. Or an owl goat.
Ooh, I want an owl goat. Can we keep it?
Yes.
Just you should be writing this down.
I don't know.
It's got
Echo
great
is-
stuff.
Echo is groaning internally as he listens to the conversation happening to him or
How
behind him.
How much rope do we have? Because we're gonna need a certain amount to bring back an owl goat.
Oh, we have enough.
Okay. It's on the list. Let's go.
All right.
Levi.
You guys can continue down the southern pair or group of tracks, following the goat tracks, which are relatively easy to follow compared to the other humanoid tracks. A few hours into it, about 5 hours or so, you find the remnant of a camp.
I look around. I want to see what I see.
Want to know everything. What they ate.
Should we do some investigation?
Sure.
Yeah.
Someone else want to do something?
19.
Yeah.
I got
I'll do.
13.
That's a
13.
12 from me.
Okay. That's,
Luke, you got a 13?
Yep.
Me, Mina, and what did you get, Fenella?
19.
What? Stop it.
I don't know.
Stop it.
just
She's
keep
clearly
finding
cheating.
gemstones.
Yeah, there's another bed there with a bunch of gemstones.
More for Echo.
Come on.
Now, it's you find some dug in little pits in the dirt where 4 rather small bodies slept. You see a lot of goat droppings near a tree.
Are they giant goat droppings?
They're not small.
Okay.
And you also find some broken, some fragments of a broken.
One of our
Broken what?
pots.
Pot. Does
Oh.
it? Can we? What would that be? Investigation, perception. check if that is consistent with the pots that the medicine comes in?
You guys know it looks very reminiscent to the sort of pots you guys have in town for this.
So they've wasted our medicine, is what I'm getting from this.
It looks like it's a possibility.
Oh, that just grinds my gears. They steal it and they're not even using it.
Yeah, if they stole it and used it, that would be okay. I'd be okay with that.
What is a gear?
Good point.
I don't know.
It's my case
we-
with the coffee thing.
We continue following the tracks. Do they keep going south?
They do. There's no non-awkward way to ask that question, so never mind.
Ask the awkward question.
It's not the sort of question that can be asked. It has to...
Because of like an oath or
I swore an oath.
a curse?
I'm concerned.
Okay,
No,
yeah.
We deal with this all the time.
Your guys' passive perceptions are sufficient. 'Cause that's not the question you can ask. You can't ask, what's your passive perception? Because then, you know what that gets you?
Huh.
A perception. But a lot of you notice that there is a creature looking at you guys from the distance, keeping its distance, trying to hide, not doing a very good job with a 9.
What is a distance?
It's about 70 feet away.
What is it?
Like in the forest?
Yes.
Is it cute?
It is a rather large cougar.
I've like instantly forgotten how far 70 feet is.
A blonde cougar, a brunette cougar. What is she wearing?
Get out. Out. Fired.
She doesn't want your gemstones. And before long, you looking at it, you can tell that it's not alone. Unlike the cougars of our world, who hunt alone, these ones seem to hunt in groups. And you find 3 cougars spotting you from different directions, all about that 75, 80 foot range.
Can I tell they're stalking us?
Yes, they're clearly stalking.
So, we have a problem.
When you say
That's
the
that
lot of us know
problem?
this, am I included in one of the lot of us?
I would like to point out, if we had Small Thought with us, we could tie him down and leave him here, and we would no longer have a problem. Instead, I'm going to have to kill these cougars.
Oh,
Yes.
please. You love it.
We would only be cold-blooded killers if we had brought that poor idiot with
Idiot.
us.
I am no lizard. I am warm-blooded.
Okay, warm-blooded killers.
I'm going to throw one of my javelins at a cougar.
Like trying to scare it? Or-
Kill it, scare
Or
it.
kill it.
One of the two.
Kind of just see what happens,
Yeah.
for the most
Alright.
part.
You have that sort of range on those things?
I have 120-foot range.
Damn, kid.
Throw.
That's long range.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
So there's
Or-
3 of them. There's a relatively young one, a rather large one, and a kind of starving-looking one. Which one would you?
Okay, sorry, repeat that. A young one, an average one, and a starving one?
No, a young one, a large one, and a starving one.
I throw at the large one.
Okay. And what was your attack or your roll?
17.
You hit that stupid cat.
Take that, stupid cat.
Can I like while
7.
Sorry.
Sorry, 7 piercing damage.
It gives out some sort of injured cat sound. I'm not going to attempt to do one of those right now. I hope you understand. But it clearly didn't like that. Everybody roll initiative.
Oh my god, I rolled a 1. What is
So
my
did I.
life? So that's a 3 for me, I guess.
I got a 9.
9?
A 4.
So my initiative is my roll plus my initiative stat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be a 4 for me.
Why are we all so bad at rolling?
I got an 18.
Echo's prepared.
Only if we're looking under beds and finding gemstones.
Sorry, that was an 18 Echo?
18!
Knock him dead.
Well, depends how wounded that large one looks after I punctured it with a javelin.
It's pretty wounded, but really pissed.
It's probably the strongest of the lot. You should have taken out the little ones.
I think go for the big one and make it scared and run away.
Yeah, I was thinking the intimidation play was going to be our
Yeah.
best bet.
Okay. So give me a rough idea of your guys' order in all of this. How have you been marching?
I'm probably more towards the back.
Echo's up front.
I'm probably middle-ish.
I'm probably near Echo.
It's probably towards the front.
Yeah.
I'm probably in back.
So maybe 2-1-2 sort of thing going on.
All right. All the fierce and the larger looking one and the younger looking ones just start sprinting madly towards you guys. The fight is on for them. And then after those, it's Echo's turn.
Echo. Okay, the large one and the young one are sprinting at us.
Yes.
Okay. So I heft another javelin from my sheath, leaving me only 2 left, and I throw it at the large one. Ooh, natural 1. Womp womp.
All right. There's some gun opera stuff. It twirls over your javelin, lands, and continues
All
to
right.
sprint towards you. Then the starving one will also close the distance, but it's not close enough to do anything yet. And after that, it is Mina's turn.
All right. I'm going to aim at the hungry one, knowing that one's probably desperate for a meal and should go for it. So I'm going to cast a firebolt at it.
Okay.
I rolled a natural 19. So
All right, and that's the spell where you make an attack roll.
Yeah, with firebolt.
Okay.
And then firebolt.
That is a hit, by the way.
Yay. Is 1d10 fire. And I rolled an 8.
Okay. The starving cougar is very injured by that. It is bloodied.
Excellent. I'm pleased.
All right. After that is Finilla's turn.
I would like to try and intimidate them.
Okay. How would you like to go about doing
also using thaumaturgy to make my voice boom loudly.
that? Okay.
So I want to kind of like hiss, "Get away from us!" but 3 times louder than I normally would.
Sure.
All right. So I rolled an 18.
Carolyn, I am receiving reports from our viewers that you are slightly quieter than the rest of us.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not using the Discord, so I'll just sit closer to my microphone. Is this better? Let me know if it's better.
Okay, excuse me. So, what did you roll?
18.
And and you're just trying to scare?
I'm using thaumaturgy to like growl and hiss my commands at them louder. Oh, you're muted now, Ka.
Oh, right, sorry. I'm gonna give the starving one advantage, just because it's really hungry.
Would you say it's hangry?
Well, I would if it didn't roll so low. So the starving one and the young one are visibly affected by this, but the large one doesn't seem to.
All right.
Next is Silva.
Okay, so we're all kind of clumped together, and they're running at us.
Yes.
There are 3 of them. Is there any direction that I could move in which there are not cougars imminently?
Most of them, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull out my short bow, and I'm going to move away from everyone else, and more importantly, cougar imminent danger zone.
Sure.
And moving and pulling my weapon out, I'm not going to be able to shoot, right? Or would I be able to?
I don't really know.
There is no, unless you're like putting something away and pulling something out, you can draw your weapon pretty much for free in 5e.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to take a shot then. It's
right.
got range 80.
Yeah, you're well within range. Since I'm assuming you moved as far from it as you could.
Yes, but
All right.
still, maintaining a reasonable range. Somewhere I know I can shoot them from. My goal is to get distance so that I can shoot at them without being close enough that they're going to maul me.
Yeah, so you got about 70 feet. You're about 70 feet away from it, but you're still within range.
All right, I'm going to take my roll. Oh,
And you're going for the fierce one? Or the big one?
yeah. Which I shouldn't have advantage over, correct?
Correct.
I got a 10 plus my dexterity.
It's probably going to be a hit.
Yeah.
That's
It'll
a
be
hit.
your
Sorry, it's 13.
That's a hit.
Okay, it's a hit. And then that is a 1d6 for damage. 2 plus my dexterity, right?
Probably.
So that'd be 5.
All right, that one is now very harmed as well, and it is halfway to death. All right, and then it is Osa's turn.
Cool. I'm going to start singing a stirring tune from our people's history to grant a bardic inspiration die to echoes. Do you know what that means?
Yep.
You get a... Yeah, cool.
What size is your die right now?
It's a d6.
Sweet.
And then I'm going to cast Vicious Mockery. So, what's the worst looking thing here? Which one looks the least likely to survive whatever I'm doing?
Both the starving one and the fierce one look very poorly off. The fierce one is probably more harmed.
I'm going to go for the fierce one because it seems like the most likely to kill us.
All right.
So it has to succeed on a wisdom saving throw with a DC of 15.
Okay.
Or it has, yeah. So does it?
It does not. It failed.
Great.
It got a
I do 3
3.
damage.
Okay. It is still
And
alive, but
it has disadvantage on the next attack roll.
Okay. That takes us back up to the young one. So, what are the effects of your thaumaturgy spoob?
That I don't know. I just know that my voice is 3 times as loud, and I tried to intimidate them.
Yeah, well, you succeeded. It's going to like it,
Okay.
and
Good for it.
and it runs back. It kind of, so it was running towards you guys, but then it kind of, when you did that, it kind of got sideways and kind of jumped like a kitten would. And its tail got really bushy, and then it turned around and ran back into the woods.
Nice.
All right. So the fierce one has disadvantage on its next attack.
Yep.
All right.
I don't know what mockery I managed to instill into an animal's head.
You're a
but...
cat.
You're just a cat. What do you think you're doing?
All right. It's going to attempt to pounce and tackle Fenella to the ground.
Okay.
And then start licking her, probably, right?
Probably not.
Is this the large one or the
This is the large one.
hangry? Okay.
Okay.
The hangry one.
Silver shield braced for impact, maybe. Maybe not.
All right. Is your AC 13 or lower?
No.
It swings at you, but it's.
Ah.
I didn't even need this. All right.
You should have run.
Then it is Echo's turn. There is a kitten running away from you. There is a cat all up ons that just attempted to bite your mask friend.
All right. Echo hefts his bident from where he had set it to so he could throw javelins. And as he begins charging at the large one, he lets out a primal cat scream through his saber tooth maw, going into a rage. And he comes up to the flank of the large one as it's kind of trying to maul around the shield, and he'll just pitchfork it from below, trying to stab it. So that is my bident two-handed.
Okay.
Oh, that's disappointing. 12.
12 is a hit.
You have a bardic.
Oh.
weapon.
Oh, that's right. Apparently I didn't need it, but thank you. Yeah, bardic inspiration has to be used before you find out if you succeed or fail.
Yeah.
So I would have needed to call that before. So that is 1d8 plus 4. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 points of piercing damage.
Okay, well, it had 3 health left, so you got...
I stab it underneath and lift it up and off of Fenella. Fork it over to the side with a huge roar.
Okay.
Delightful.
It's breakfast.
The previous display of magic booming voice and then whatever the hell that was has reinvigorated the fear of the starving one, and it too turns around and darts off into the woods. And both cats continue in that direction. If you guys don't feel like chasing after cats, initiative can end.
Eh,
I'm good.
it's wildlife. It happens. They're just hungry.
If only we brought something or someone to feed them.
We have this now.
No,
A fine
he means
catch.
someone to feed to the cats.
Can feed the other cat to the cats.
Yeah.
That's just
No.
wrong. Yeah,
I
to
mean,
feed
it's
at least a
nature.
child to the cats. You can't feed another cat.
I don't
Echo's
think the cats will mind.
rage drops as his form just pants heavy bellowing breaths for a little bit, looking down at his kill. Then he sets the bident down and pulls out his skinning knife.
It's a good-sized cougar. It's an impressive pelt.
All right. I have proficiency with my skinning tools. I don't know if you want me to make a roll for it.
No, it's something you do so often that I'm just going to assume you get a decent.
Sweet.
You're doing a decent.
I don't know personally enough about skinning and cleaning animals to be able to say what I do, but
It's a
or
bloody
if I
mess.
could,
I know that
if
much.
if I could skin it, I don't know if I can then roll it up to like carry it with me or not.
Let's say for convenience you can.
Okay, I
Red
So-
Dead Redemption.
so-
That's
Dry
what happens.
skins, but
So
yes, Red Dead Redemption, the documentary.
It's just game about skinning animals.
I'm a little bit curious. If you hadn't, would you have retconned the whole skinning it thing, or would you just skinned it, dropped its pelt on the floor, and walked?
Done.
Time.
Respect my authority.
Yes, you can go ahead and add that cougar skin to your inventory if you are some sort of lunatic who wishes to.
Large cougar skin. Okay. And then I assume I probably know enough about what is edible on this cougar to
Yeah, I'll
make
say.
some rations for our brekkie. Nice little cat brekkie.
Yeah, probably. It's probably not a great idea to eat too much of it because you generally don't. You're more likely to get parasites from carnivorous animals than non-carnivorous animals. But there's a little bit of food there.
We will need fire.
We can
I
do
can
that.
make that.
Yeah.
You guys got a fire guy.
Oh, that's a waste of your spells.
Oh, are we just quick searing it with firebolt?
We
Good
could
idea.
make a fire if we wanted to, like, have a quick breakfast.
I assume that someone on the team has a good enough survival skill that we can start a fire without wasting our spell slots.
Probably.
I mean, mine's just a cantrip, so it's not really
Fair enough.
Breakfast?
Yeah, you
Have at her.
can start a fire and eat some cat. You weirdos.
I took like the most useless cantrip.
Doesn't even cook breakfast. What good is it?
I can heat water.
I mean, we might want to boil it first. I don't know.
This is England.
Yeah.
All right. So we quick sear some cougar cuts, and that's our walking breakfast as we eat cougar jerky.
Mhm.
Before we leave the site of the combat, Echo kind of looks back and scratches at the fur on his neck and kind of shakes his head. He's clearly not happy with leaving all of this resource behind.
If it makes Echo feel any better, he has an idea of some nearby wildlife, cougars in particular, that might find a use.
I mean, however it goes, I guess. Asminth in chat says Gordon Ramsay is appalled. Unfortunately, I have skill in skinning, not cooking.
That's fine.
I have skill in burning, so that's about the best we can do.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So after battle and breakfast, B&B, you guys continue following the tracks.
Yes. Trying to catch up with these goblins who apparently avoided the cougars with their goat.
You don't want to.
Maybe the cougars were sleeping. Who knows?
Yeah. Plus, it's a very large goat.
Yeah,
Wait a minute, are cougars nocturnal?
I think so.
Let's find out.
They actually you keep the same hours as the things they hunt.
Mm.
All right, pressing on.
Yay.
Okay. Continue south for the majority of the day. When it is approaching, your guess would be 5 or 6 because the time to the hour is something you guys have invented. You come across, or rather, you hear in the distance, a short bit ahead of you, something cacophonous. It's half screaming, it's half laughing.
Like from the same creature or from separate creatures?
Similar sounding, but different creatures, be your guess.
It's 100% something I don't want to be involved in.
And is directly ahead of us?
Yes, it's along the path that these tracks are making.
Should we stealth check to sneak up and see what's what?
I
Certainly.
You jingle?
I'm wearing shells. Are we sneaking?
Right.
Do I need
Who's
to
the
stay behind?
sneakiest? Who's our sneaky person?
You're not sneaking. I'm probably one of our sneakiest people.
I'm relatively
trained-
sneaky.
I've
I'm
got a
trained
+2.
in stealth.
I'm not trained in stealth.
I'll probably just sit back and see what happens.
I'll guard
Alright.
Mina. Yell if you need me.
Sketchy liar
All right.
man, you do it.
All right, so I'm scouting.
Silvok, don't
that
fuck me. And we go.
All right, here goes some stealthing. 13.
I also got 13.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, I got 12. You win.
I said don't fuck me!
I guess it's up to you.
All right, you guys are able to get relatively close. There's a small clearing where you find a camp. Within the camp, you see 4 goblins and just a really big goat. It's really big. It's in game mechanics terms, it's large. It's just way too large of a goat.
Does it look for in most ways just like a normal goat, or does
Yeah.
it look possessed or
Okay.
magical, anomalous in some way other than its
Other than the
size?
largeness.
Go
Is
with
it
unusual
named-
size.
Is it named Grelda?
Well, you don't know. You haven't asked it.
Past campaign reference. Sorry, only Carolyn will get that.
So
I like
it is standing next to a tree with its head down, eating what appear to be dried leaves from a bag.
Yeah,
Mm.
goat's gonna be high.
The goblins are around doing different things. 2 of them are, the only way you would describe it is fight making out.
What?
What?
Combat.
Glad I'm not there.
It had, and one of them has one of them is mostly naked, and one of them is wearing the other one's socks on its hand.
How do we know that?
How do we know it's the other one's socks?
Well, you can look around
I
and
don't know
kind
anything,
of
I'm not there.
do a
No,
sock.
I'm not looking that close.
I'm looking that close.
So those ones are the
13.
ones that are doing the laughing. A little bit further away from them is one that kind of leaning up, hunched on a tree, and it's covered in sick. and on top of the goat is the 4th one, and it seems relatively together, and it's clearly keeping watch, but not very well. Because you guys came right up here with rolls like 12 and 13.
Okay.
Additionally, you see the two pots next to the goat, and they are both open. One of them is kind of broken open, and one of them is open more conventionally.
Okay, so we have some options here. I pull Echoes to the side.
Mhm.
We can attack them, or we can distract them, grab the medicine, and just leave. They're not a threat to us in combat. There's only 4 of them. We can kill them easily, but we could also just take the stuff and go, not even make a fight out of it. That
Having,
doesn't
like,
sound like you, though.
They came within hours of our camp. Our village. They dare trespass on our land?
Now they made
I-
a fair. They
I
made a fair
stage
trade.
whisper.
They made a fair trade as far as they're concerned with one of the people from our village. They didn't raid us. They didn't attack us. They traded with a little girl. That seems nice to me. They could have done much worse.
What is our history with the goblins? Or like a village history?
Some shady back alley bartering, I'm guessing.
Less so bartering. Goblins have a tendency to take things. They're keen on that. Occasionally, they have in the past taken people too. Usually kids, but it doesn't work out so well because you take a half orc kid, and then a few years later you got this massive half orc, and that's just a world of problems.
Oh,
They don't think ahead.
No, they think, oh, half orcs have it easy. We'll take a half orc, and then we'll have it easy. But then they have a half orc, and it's just a lot of problems.
Not easy.
I say we kill them.
Yeah,
All of them.
I thought you might say that. And I'm right there with you. Except that I don't want to get nasty goblin sick all over me. I would rather just get our medicine back and go back home and discipline those kids and be done with it.
In the distance, there's a...
great.
Just one cat ear, like perp.
If you want to get in there and get all down and nasty with those goblins, I'll cover you from a distance.
We should
Or
get
we
the
could-
others.
Or we could do this the easy way. You give me one of those gemstones, and I toss it, and we just go and grab the herbs. I don't think the goat's going to mind. Maybe we could leave him a few herbs. We just grab the
Why
medicine
do you
and
need a
leave.
gemstone to do that?
It's the shiniest thing.
But you could use a rock.
I don't think they're going to go for a rock, unless you got shiny rocks on you. They're called gemstones.
I was going to say, I do! We should get the others.
Okay. So we're gonna
Easier
sneak
for
back
a
to the
full-
others.
Easier for a full-out assault when there's 5 of us.
Or rationality.
All right, we back away to the others.
All right.
So, who wants to see goblins having sex?
I'm good.
No, thank you.
Sounds
That
like
was
we're
really
doing it my way.
There are 4
That's open
goblins, and it is a large goat, and it is currently eating the medicine.
We have to kill the goat. Forget that.
That wasn't a plan that I heard of before now.
We gotta get the herbs back from the goat.
It's got that multiple stomach thing. Those herbs are still good.
I would like... Silvok wants to barter with them or distract them and steal like the lazy thief he is. I say we murder them. Not murder. This is not murder. They're trespassing. We stand our ground.
But it's their
It's getting very political.
It's not their home.
Calm down. I pat him on the back, try to, cool him down a little bit.
I didn't think of that gemstone barter, but if we can convince them to not fight, that would be preferable just in terms of not having anyone die today.
Let's bring the goat too. I mean, why
Look at
not?
the-
We
look at
could
the
use a goat
situation.
in town.
We
You're
want
right.
to get our stuff back. We don't want to get killed by goblins. And we got these free gemstones. They're not even ours. They were the goblins to begin with.
How
say
do
we
you
just-
know?
Maybe they were the goats.
That they could have just been the thoughts.
Oh, the thought. No.
At any rate, they traded these gemstones, most likely for the herbs. We're going to get the herbs back. And we can give them one of the gems back just by throwing it over them and seeing if they'll run into the woods after it. We could just grab the herbs, grab the medicine.
Why
and
are we
walk out
throwing gems if we're just seeing if they'll follow it?
to
Well,
distract them so we can grab the medicine and
But how will
leave.
they know it's a gem and not a rock?
It'll be shiny.
Shiny!
I can make it extra sparkly, I guess. Or Mina probably could.
I can, I could instantly clean it using my
Okay, well then we could just use a regular rock
station.
and make it sparkly and
And
clean it.
I just chime in and I'm like, so we're gonna throw a gem at them and expect them to hand over the herbs when we do.
No, we're gonna hand over the herbs to ourselves. We're
If
gonna
it
throw the
doesn't-
gem. We're
I
gonna
say
throw the
that.
gem so that they run and get the gem. They'll probably even fight over it. We might be able to get rid of one of them right there.
We're
I
all
still
scared.
want to
While,
kill them.
while they're distracted, scrambling over the shiny gems, we can go grab the medicine. I don't think the goats. That's a big goat, though. I will be honest with you guys. If there's a goat on this planet that I'm afraid of, it's that one. But it's still a goat, and I think that we can get away with it.
If it doesn't work, we have the Echo's plan.
Now, out of character,
I suggest.
when
It's
I was
true,
about
we have a
13, a
fallback.
goat did tackle me, and it was quite terrifying.
I don't mean to complicate, but I also just suggest that I would like to ask these goblins why they're trading their gems for medicine in the first place, and I also want to find out more why they're talking to Small Thought. So I would prefer to confront them, perhaps violently if we have.
Fine, we'll do it your way first, and then when they act just like goblins do, I will kill them.
Fine.
It seems like
But
a reasonable compromise to me.
we'll give them the opportunity to not be goblins.
Okay.
I think that's fair.
Try to save the goat for the
Um,
village. We need it. It could move
giant
a lot of
goat?
things.
Echo will follow behind the rest with a javelin out ready to be thrown. And as you guys deal with the social encounter, I need to run to the bathroom quickly. I'll be right back.
Okay.
You're muted.
Muted.
Sorry. So you guys are heading in to talk
Some
it out with
people are
these.
sneaking in.
Okay,
Okay, so
who's
are-
sneaking
Are
in?
we sneaking in?
Well, I'm
Are we
not.
are we doing the shiny toss
Yeah, we're
or
doing the shiny toss.
the talk it out?
Shiny
I have
toss.
in my history of knowing goblins, can I do like a roll to see if there's any like paranoia or fear that goblins have of certain
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and make a nature check.
nature? Okay. Nope, don't know. I got a 2 naturally, so.
You know that the natural enemy of goblins is goats.
Do goblins speak common at some level?
Some do.
This crying and yelling and fighting and sock wearing, was any of that in common?
You haven't heard anything that you would describe as the same language that you know.
Let's see. Well, I could just try to talk it out of them, and if that doesn't work, we can beat them up, or scare them, or
Throw
something.
shinies.
I can.
we have a lot of options here. And I think going with the non-violent options first, with the violent options as a fallback, are better call.
So are we just walking in to this chaotic scene and hello, hi?
Fenella will think that Silvox's idea is maybe okay. Maybe it'll
Yeah,
work
what
out
does
this time.
Fenella think?
She just thinks that the goat, I think the goat is needed for the village. That's all.
All
Who
you
cares
care about
the
is that we need the
goblins?
goat.
We need to keep the goat.
It's only 4 goblins. I don't think they're a threat.
2 of them are naked. They're not even defensible at the moment.
Throw the gems. Let's
Fair.
try it.
No, only one of them was mostly naked. The other one was wearing extra stuff. You doubt its ability to manipulate weapons because it has socks on its hands. But other than that, it was wearing like leather armor, probably. Let me check.
Also, socks on his hands, that's insulation against your fire magic.
Yeah. Or
Hmm.
kindling.
Yeah.
Yeah, leather armor.
Well, I'll get my mace and my shield ready. Let's
Okay,
go.
so how about this? You give me one of the gemstones, and I'll just walk in there. You guys watch. If things go bad, you guys can run in and fight. I'll try to talk it out of them. Worst case scenario, I trade the gem. Well, worst case scenario, they beat me up, but you guys come and help afterwards. Second worst case scenario is I trade the gem for our herbs back. And maybe the goat. I'll try to work the goat in there.
Thank you.
Best case scenario, I make off with all of it and the goblins leave. How about that?
Good luck.
All right, give me a gem.
I'll whisper to Echo. You should probably follow kind of close behind him, just in case.
I'm not a thief.
Not for that. Just in case they start having at you.
Just
Okay.
that low cat growl, not like a full growl, just like I'm not happy with this growl.
That one.
Okay, so equipped with this gemstone, you go in.
I'm just gonna march right up wherever the one that was watching out was.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep the gem in my pouch, in a pocket or something.
All right. There's absolutely no change in the activity when you come out of the woods into the clearing. As you approach the one who is keeping watch, she's completely oblivious to.
All right, I'm holding a torch. I'm gonna make it obvious that I'm there as best as I can.
Okay.
Try to get his attention.
After about 20 seconds of that, he kind of looks in your direction. Hey, yeah.
I put my arms up, show
Hey.
that I'm not attacking or anything.
Yeah.
We should have given on the meat.
He hops off
meat
of
would've been
the.
good.
He hops off of the goat by a much distance, and he kind of tumbles and buckles under his legs, and he gets back up. What? You're,
Hey there, little friends. Are you guys having a good time?
yeah?
What are you guys doing all the way out here? Shouldn't you be in the caves?
We don't want to go to the caves
What? How come?
because they'll make us share the nice water.
The nice water? You guys have nice water?
No. Go away.
I hate this already.
What if I told you that nice water that you have there, I have more of it. A lot more of it.
All right. Shoot. What's a skill called in 5e when you're lying to some?
Deception.
Deception.
All right. Yeah. Make a deception check.
Dun-dun-dun.
That would be 11.
You rolled a 1.
Oh.
I like nice water.
What if I were to tell you that there's a lot of nice water over to the east in those trees over there? I saw a big stack of jars full of nice water. I had some myself. It was delicious. It was the nicest water that I've ever tasted in my whole life.
But I want nice water. If we get that nice water, we don't have to share this nice water. And we can take this nice water and say it's the stuff from Sharp.
Whoa. You could share some of the nice water, but you could keep most of it for yourself. You could keep almost all of it for yourself.
Yeah.
Now, I came to you with this information about the nice water. I think it'd be only fair if, I just took 1 or 2 of these things of nice water. Since there's so many over there, you wouldn't be missing out on just a couple of them. I'm thirsty right now. I just want a little nice water and maybe these leaves here, and you won't even need those because you got all that nice water over there in the trees. You think that'd be okay? You think that's a good trade?
I need to talk to my associates. He huddles up the other goblins. One of them is just spewing,
I'm impressed with the word associates.
and
He's
they're
made
talking.
some dealings before.
Echo turns to the others and says, "What the hell is nice water?"
I don't know.
All right, since I'm closer, I'm taking a look at the goat. Does the goat look allied with them in any way, or is it mostly just a tamed
goat?
goat?
It's in fact a goblin dressed up as a goat.
I'm just covering my bases. If I'm going to make off with that goat, I need it to not be attacking me at the same time.
Make an insight check.
That's not good. Where's my insight? 7 total.
You don't know. You think there's something to this goat, but
Could be a crafty one.
Yeah, there's definitely wheels turning in there, but you're not sure. You're not sure where its allegiance lies.
Is it like roped? Does it have like reins or some way I could lead it potentially?
It doesn't have
Tugging it along?
any things like that, but it doesn't look like it's ever cared about anything except for the bag with the plants it's eating out of.
Perfect. Okay, so I go back to watching the goblins deliberate.
Okay. I'm gonna go and make sure there's nice water over there, and my colleagues are gonna make sure you're not a tall jerk guy.
Okay, perfect, because I know that there's nice water over there. It's about an hour walk that way.
That's a long walk.
But it's a lot of nice water.
All right. Mm.
So he starts walking, and I'm left there with 3 goblins.
He starts to walk, and then he turns around. Are you sure there's nice water over there? I want you to make another deception check to send him over.
17 plus 5, 22.
Ooh. Nice.
You're muted.
You're muted.
Oh, that's how I think he could possibly roll. He nods and turns around, and he walks out of view. And they're there with this shambles of a goblin trading party that they never stop making out even during the huddle. And then there's the one that's just not feeling it, and they are the ones guarding this supply.
Okay, so I'm just gonna walk over to the nice water. I mean, the medicine, and see how they react.
They don't notice.
Okay. So I pick up a jar of nice water.
Okay. There's no
And
notice.
What's in it?
I open it up. Is there nice water in there?
There's a liquid in there.
Or how many jars are there?
There's 2 jars. One of them is kind of broken, but not such that its contents are leaking out.
Okay, so I'm gonna grab one, and I'm gonna just walk back.
But
toward...
one of them, the broken one, is about half empty.
Okay, well I'm just gonna pick it up and start walking it out.
Sorry, just to be clear, there's the 2 pots and then there's jars, or they've emptied the pots out and filled them with...
I'm sorry, there's 2 pots and 3 bags.
Okay.
And the bags are being eaten out of by the goat, and the pots are what has the nice water.
Okay, so I'm gonna start working on currying those goods out of sight of the goblin camp and towards the friends.
All right. There's a skill that's sleight of hand, right? Or is it stealth in this?
There is sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand.
I think sleight of hand's more like.
I think that's not.
I'm just saying, if we take the goat, we don't need to carry the pots. We can strap everything to the goat.
Should I just go walk
That
in
is
there
pretty
and
smart.
take the goat?
Oh, we could figure that out.
Yeah,
I don't know if it'll be okay, because if they catch on to you guys coming in, it might be a different situation.
Okay, go get the goat next then.
Yeah.
But sleight of hand, I think it's more for specifically pickpocketing
I was
fine
thinking that too, but since you're like moving stuff and then hiding it out of their view, that's what I was thinking. But
I'll roll
take
whatever you want.
All right, I'll take sleight of hand.
Because I'm trained in that too. And it landed diagonal, crooked. Ooh, 9.
Yep, they don't notice.
Okay, so I pick up a jar. I walk it behind the tree line where my friends are waiting. I walk back, pick up another one.
I didn't
They
think
don't
this would
notice.
actually work.
I'm
All
now
right.
awkwardly holding 2 jars.
Then I drag one of the bags. I drag the 2 bags that the goat isn't currently eating from.
All right, a quick aside. Echoes, with your more sensitive sense of smell, there's very strong alcohol in these jars. In these,
Are you all right?
Is this ours or theirs? And I lean down to let her get a whiff from
I'll,
the
like,
broken
have a
one.
look. Taste. Is this our medicine? Is it? You
You're
are
muted.
muted.
yeah, it's your medicine. We'll cure what ails you.
Oh yeah, this is it.
Okay.
All right, so I drag the 2 herb bags that the goat isn't eating from. And the last
Okay.
one, I go over and I kind of pet the goat gently.
It makes no obvious notice of your existence.
Okay, so I'm gonna pick up the bag, but I'm gonna take a handful of the herbs out and kind of hold them at its face and see if I can kind of, like lead it.
Yeah, you're able to.
Okay, so I lead the goat to my friends,
Okay.
and I set down the bag of herbs and give the goat the fistful that I tempted him with, because that's just a nice thing to do.
Yeah.
And I look at them and say, I got you everything you ever wished for.
Just a quick aside. If you hadn't given him that handful, you would have rolled initiative.
Glad I'm a nice guy.
Well, I'll get my rope out and start to fasten a harness for this goat for its face.
Okay.
How long did that take me?
I'm gonna say you managed to pull it off in about 7 minutes.
All right, we've got like almost an hour to rig this all up and get out of here.
So while they're rigging up this rig onto the goat to carry the stuff back, I will approach Silvok and hold out a clawed hand.
I chuckle, pull out the gem, and hand it to him.
I put it with the others in my pouch, and then I stand guard watching from the tree line what the other 3 goblins are doing.
Oh, I should have conned him. I should have been like, no, I had to trade it.
Even though you watched the whole thing.
Do we just go now?
Yeah, we got the goat,
Yes.
we got the medicine, we got everything we ever wanted from this expedition.
I didn't know it could work this way. It's never.
This
gone
feels
before.
wrong. This feels very, very wrong.
I agree, but we have a goat. The elders will have a goat. The rangers will have
The
a
elders?
Really big goat.
I've never
have
left a
to-
goblin with its head still attached.
We don't have to give the goat to the elders, do we?
I
Are
don't
we
have
stealing
one
this
stupid.
giant goat? This our
Where do
goat
you
now?
plan on hiding the goat?
We'll just bring it. Surely we need it. It can move stuff.
It
Right,
could
goat.
contribute to the village.
Can't be any worse than a small thought.
So what do the goblins do while we've rigged this harness?
I've intentionally not mentioned what Echo sees them doing, but it's in similar fashion to what they were doing previously.
We should go.
Okay.
I'm still a distance away, kind of watching all this unfurl, and I'm just like in disbelief.
She'll be like, goat.
All right, and you guys make your way up north to Tana.
Yes?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right,
Yes,
that
so?
seems a decent place to end this session. What do you guys think?
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, everybody who watched us make fools of ourselves, and capture a goat.
Oh, hey, we shot back up to 17 viewers.
Yay! thank
Right
Once
as
you
we're
bring a
ending,
goat
yeah.
into the,
Well, you just
once
need
you get a goat in, it gets exciting.
Mhm.
I'm going to be expecting you guys to contribute names for the goat because you guys have a long way to travel. Names are gonna come up.
It's true.
Isn't goat
Jerky.
a fine name?
Sorry, what was that?
Jerky?
No, that's cruel.
Cheese?
Oh yeah, yeah. Do we have a lady goat?
That's a good point.
Tune
What is the
in-
gender of our goat?
Tune in next time to discover
Ah.
answers to all of these goat-related questions.
Well, bye.
Yes.
If we're leaving.
Yeah, for those who
Oh.
are watching, we plan on playing every Wednesday, 9:30 Eastern,
6:30 Pacific.
Yep.
6:30 other time.
Real time.
The real time.
Normal person.
Yep.
There's only like one person in this group who's Eastern, so. Oh my god, my mom's in the chat. Ah!
All right, thanks everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for
Bye.
watching.
Bye.
Bye.
See you guys later.
And thank you guys for playing.